Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin and EOS airdrops. So just in case you're new to the channel, just to remind everybody that BetDice is having a lucky draw every day. So don't miss out this free EOS. This is basically free EOS. And also you can go to payout and stake your token to earn additional payout as well. Also, you can go to my balance to claim the token. This will automatically go to your EOS account once you click the claim button. If you're interested, you can click the link below. Also, EOS is having airdrop on December 20th. December 1st will be the snapshot. Make sure you transfer your token out of the exchange in order to qualify to the EOS account to qualify for this airdrop. And EOSBet is also giving out dividends. If you're interested, you can click the link below as well. And also Infiniverse, they also have an airdrop coming up, but I don't know the date, but it will be very soon. So you can check it out. And I talk about EOS, let's see, the Infiniverse yesterday. You can check out my previous video about this dApps. This is a pretty interesting dApps. This is an augmented reality. I think it's even more cooler than virtual reality because you can interact with another user. And also EOS Cafe is having an airdrop on December 25th, which is a Christmas. They have a Christmas gift for the EOS token holder. December 21st will be the snapshot. And also, if you're a poker player, you can go to EOS Poker and check it out. In EOS Mets, and also have a lucky draw as well. You can check it out. You can click the link below. And CKS, you can also claim your CKS token using, you have to log in with your Scatter wallet and redeem your CKS token here. All right, before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop, token swap, half or ICO. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. So let's get into it. So this is a 10,000 year view of cryptocurrency. At the very earliest stage, we only used gold or silver as the medium of exchange, and that was in 10,000 BC. And you have an industrial age at the time, is not industrial, agricultural age. At the time, it's more agricultural based economy and everything. We use barter system to exchange for goods. For example, you want to exchange chicken or eggs, stuff like that. So you're using barter system as well, using gold and silver. And then you go to industrial age, and then we start using fiat currency. And in the old days, they probably use a barter system. They don't even use like in the agricultural age, they don't even use paper money. They will, if you give them paper money, they say, oh, what is this? I want gold or silver as the medium of exchange, or barter system. Just give me some eggs, I will give you some bread, stuff like that, right? And then we switch to fiat currency. And after the fiat currency, you go a little bit further, you go to credit card. So it's a plastic. So when you go to the store, you give plastic, no question asked. But in the old days, if you in the agricultural stage, if you give a plastic to them, they have no clue what you're talking about. And people are accepting different different ways of as a medium of exchange, to go to buy stuff and all that. At the very beginning, people are very how can I say, are very reluctant to use paper money because it's just a paper who is going to, I want my gold and silver. But then people get used to it. Paper is fine and all that. And then they go to credit card. Credit card is fine. And the next stage will be post-industrial revolution. This will be in the digital age. So you have digital money, basically the cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency right now is since 2009 because of the Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. They published the article about the cryptocurrency thing. And this is after the financial collapse and the collapse of the Lehman Brothers, Bear Stearns, and the government has to bail out the big banks and all that. And the inception of Bitcoin is that you don't have a middleman. You can just do peer-to-peer transactions. You don't need any big banks or whatever to transfer your money and all that. So Right now, we basically in 2013 they consider those cryptocurrency a drug money, or and all that, or using those for pornography, stuff like that, right? And then you have a bubble in 2017, and cryptocurrency is in here basically. We are not even in here 100% adoption. We are very earlier phase of the um, digital cryptocurrency. Like when you talk about people about Bitcoin, some people may heard about Bitcoin, but some may never heard of Bitcoin. And even though you heard about Bitcoin, they did not own any Bitcoin, right? They just heard about in the news, in the TV. They just laugh about it and all that. Um, they don't even own any cryptocurrency. So and then the next phrase will go to digital age. So we are even in here, we are in the very infancy right now. And then you don't even have to, I mean, we don't even go to 100% adoption yet. So right now, basically, the bankers say this is a bubble, and technologists say this is a disruption. Students of the history say this is the dawn of the digital age. So this is really interesting. This is from Willy Woo. You can check it out. This published on October 15, 2017, which is last year, when we are in a bull market. So let's talk about, this is also by Willy Woo as well. He talked about the net worth value to transaction ratio. So what is the net worth value to transaction ratio? So basically, it is the market cap, the net worth value market cap, divided by the daily USD volume transmitted through the blockchain. And so basically, this is equivalent to the Bitcoin token supply divided by the total daily value transmission. So basically, the Bitcoin token supply divided by the daily Bitcoin value transmitted through the blockchain. And so this is like price to earning ratio in the stock market, in the equity market. And price to earning ratios, basically, the higher the price per earning ratio, that means the company has high valuation, overvaluation. If it's overvaluation, that means you didn't get a good deal because it's overpriced. And but sometimes this is not accurate, because you cannot just look at the price to earning ratio to determine the price of the company, because Amazon has a very high price to earning ratio, and yet time after time they go all-time high. And when Amazon is like $300 or something at the time, I think right now it goes to 1,000 something, or almost 2,000 at one point. Even when Amazon at 300, the price to earning ratio doesn't make sense at all. It's very high because they look into the future of the company. Those are the anticipation of the growth of the company. So that's why it's price to earning ratio. Some of the thing doesn't make sense at all. And let's look at this quickly. So basically, we talk about those. So NVT is basically similar to the price to earning ratio. So net worth value to transaction ratio. And so basically, they're talking about a high NVT ratio will indicate a high speculative value. And when you go back to, and also you can use NVT ratio to detect bubbles. And let's see, let's go to this is more important. So Bitcoin's two bubbles according to NVT ratio. So in here, there's a line in here saying this is a normal NVT range. But the thing is, this line, how do they determine this is the normal NVT range? Do they do an average, stuff like that? I'm not sure. But so here in 2011, when the price go up all the way like this, you can see the NVT, the network valuation go all the way like this, and yet the transmission, what's that called? The daily USD volume in transmitted through the blockchain is not that high during that time, I suspect. But only the market cap has increased the value. So you can see this is the NVT ratio, which is above this line. So this is considered as a bubble. And so you have a 92% correction. And then this is go below the line again. So this is not considered a bubble anymore. This is considered a consolidation phase. And so they're basically saying high NVT ratio, confirmed bubble after a sudden price drop. Sorry, after price rise. So basically, after a sudden price rise, that confirm a bubble, and then a consolidation phase, and then this is rise again above this line. So at the NVT ratio is high again. So you can see this is in a bubble phase again, and then there's 83% correction, and then it dropped below again the line again, and this is considered consolidation phase until I think this is all the way up to 2017, which is last year. And this he also I think they also pointed out that bubble that wasn't a bubble. Why is that? This is between 2013 to 2014. But here they suggest this is a consolidation. It's not a bubble. A bubble will be in here. See, but this is considered consolidation. It's not even a bubble. Why is that? So when you blow up like this looks like a bubble, like all the way to 258, 45, and then 62. And basically they consider as a consolidation. And the Bitcoin price flash crashed 83%, but recovered quickly. So the reason why is that because they see a 83% consolidation from peak to trough. And interestingly, NVT ratio did not rise high enough to signify a bubble. And everybody think that this is an 83% correction and consider a bubble. So the reason why is because the value transmitted by the network was high enough to keep the NVT ratio. Basically, the number of transactions, the network value. No. I mean the daily USD volume, not the network value. Network value is the market cap. The daily USD volume transmitted through the blockchain was high enough, so that's why it balanced it off. So that's why this didn't go up in here. So that's why. And also the market, although the market sold off until the price experienced a sudden dip of 83%, and the dip was very short-lived, and the long range chart revealed a pattern, more a consolidation phase because it recovered so quickly. And also don't forget that the velocity is much faster in crypto than in the traditional market. The bear market versus the bull market or whatever, the velocity is so fast, and the bull market can go up all the way crazy, and it can go all the way down crazy too. So because of the velocity is much faster than traditional market. And they talk about this is, are we in a bubble today? But this article is published on October 5th, 2017. So let's take a look, October 15, 2017. The price of Bitcoin at the time. Let's go back. Oops. So at the time, the price of Bitcoin, is October 5th, around October 5th, wait. It's around 4,400 something. Yeah, October 2nd, whatever, 4,400. So it's roughly at 4,400 at the time, October 5th at the time. So they talk about whether it's a bubble at the time on October 5th, 2017. Let's take a look. So actually, it is not a bubble at the time, because the curve is still below the NVT normal range. So it's still within the range. So that is not in a bubble territory. And can you use this ratio on other cryptocurrencies, say Ethereum? I don't think at this time, because Ethereum only has 2 years of let's see, 2015, 2017, probably three years of data. So it may not be sufficient to use this NVT ratio. And plus also last year, the ICO is running like crazy. Almost every day you have ICO. So it may not be reflecting the whole the true value. And can you use it for other coin as well? I don't think so, not at this time. So basically this is only for the Bitcoin at this time. So look at today right now. So here is the NVT, the normal range. We are still in the bubble territory. I think this has to be adjusted. The reason why this may not be accurate. The reason why is liquid. Bitcoin first sidechain went live on October 10, 2018. So taking volume off the main chain. So NVT need to recalibrate. So this has to be recalibrated to reflecting whether we are still in a bubble stage. I don't think we are in a bubble stage anymore. I think probably we are in a consolidate downward momentum right now. So this is pretty interesting. And let's talk about, let's see. So let's talk about the chart in here. So when you go, I asked about the viewer about the psychology of market cycle back in probably July or August, asking them which stage of this market cycle are we at right now. Everybody gets it, most of them gets it wrong basically. But if you put this side by side, you can see where are we at right now. The answer is right there. So don't be so overcomplicated things. Once they finish the market cycle, then we are in a bull run. So until then, there's too many noise right now. This is just my thought. So let me know what you think. Are we in denial, panic, capitulation, anger, or depression right now, or disbelief? And also they talk about ICE. Oops. So ICE delayed Bitcoin futures. I mean, it's kind of expected. Seriously, to me, I already they plan to on December 12th. They plan to launch these things. I'm pretty skeptical when they say December something to launch this thing, and they're going to postpone to January 24th. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, come on. And also, I talk about Bakkt probably in my previous video. That is short term maybe pump the market, but long term is not good to the community because of rehypothecation and commingling. And Wall Street has been using those two strategy to play the market. And I don't think it's good to cryptocurrency in the long term. If you don't know what is rehypothecation and commingling, go back to my previous video. I will put the link below as well. That is very important for the crypto community to understand what are those two terms. And also that will affect your investment strategy as well. But this is not a financial advice. Use your own due diligence and also do your own research as well. And also we talk about John McAfee. We tweet saying that people have panicking and there's no fucking need. But we are in a bear market. They suck, yes, and not like a hooker with no teeth. But I'm 73 and have seen this dozens of times in many markets. Bear markets are like winter. We are in a crypto winter anyway, so why you complain? We know it's a winter. So it's always followed by a glorious spring, fucking relaxing. This is by John McAfee. And right now we are, I think last week was 6K and then 5K yesterday. Right now it's 4K. So I guess you have to hang in there, right? So basically it's all red. You don't have to mention. And also Bitcoin Cash has been dropped like almost below, oops, this is not Bitcoin Cash, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash has been dropped below probably 200. I'm not surprised at all. Right now, everything is fall through the cracks right now. And I think Tom Lee is saying that we at the end of this year, we're back to 15K. Tom Lee from CNBC, I mean, nobody knows because everybody make a whole bunch of bold prediction. I mean, is there anything they can based on technical analysis or based on what? I mean, even technical analysis cannot tell you that. I mean, I don't know, whatever. So I don't know how they come up with 15,000, whatever. And whenever somebody make a statement, Bitcoin is 50,000, 25,000, or whatever, by a certain time, I think nobody knows. It's up to the whale how they play the game, and it's also up to the bankers how they want to play the game. And don't forget, those future market is basically controlling the price of Bitcoin anyway. So let me know what you think about this NVT ratio. This is a pretty interesting thing. I hope they calibrate this very soon, because this doesn't make sense. But this is a pretty interesting ratio that thing about, because you have price to earning ratio in the traditional market, and then you have a NVT ratio, which is the network value to transaction ratio, which is pretty cool. So I would like to hear from you. Please comment below what do you think about this ratio. And I'm not a financial advisor, so use your due diligence. And if you find this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe, and comment below. That will help my ranking in YouTube. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. And also, if you have already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out the token swap. Yeah, I know a lot of people miss the token swap for some, I think for mid.1 or something, I can't remember. Airdrop, ICO, or hard fork, so you don't want to miss out all this time-sensitive stuff. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in ICO or cryptocurrency has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence.